just got back from another public land turkey hunt here in south central Nebraska, and it's been hard hunting so far. None of the public land around here has turkeys on the public land. It seems like they're always right on that border and they're staying on that private land. We're still going to get out there, still going to hunt them here. Got about a month left in the season, but today we got a tip for you about how to hunt those Henned-Up Gobblers. When it comes to hunting these birds, probably the most difficult time to get a tom away from his hens is during the middle part of the day, and that's one of the hardest times, in my opinion, to hunt turkeys because they're not gobbling a whole lot, so they're hard to find. But then when you do find them, oftentimes it's on that ag field, so you can only get so close without them seeing you, and if they're henned up, that makes it extra difficult. So probably the best thing to do if you got a tom that's henned up, he's out in the middle of that ag field in the middle of the day, not gobbling a whole lot or responding to calls, is the best thing to do, and it's become quite popular here in the last few years, is to get that turkey fan, whether it's a store-bought one or one you made yourself off of a tom that you shot yourself. The best thing to do is try to sneak up with that tail fan in front of you. Make sure you're doing this on private land. Probably not a good idea on public just because you don't know who else is out there. But if you're on private land, get that turkey fan up in front of you, try to fan that tom in. Sometimes it's kind of a hit or miss deal because sometimes you got to have the right attitude for that turkey. So if he's got the right attitude, he usually comes running right in and it works perfectly. Other times, if he's not in that right frame of mind, he's going to turn around and run the other way and then take those hens with him. It's kind of an aggressive deal, but it can work really well if you hit that tom just at the right time, got him in the right attitude. That's a tactic to try. You got a tom that's stuck with hens out in the middle of that ag field in the middle of the day. The other thing you can do is just get as close as you can without them seeing you and just start calling. If you can get one of those hens to call back to you, to kind of get annoyed by your calling, try to come your way, that's probably the best thing to do. If you can get that hen kind of mad at you is the best way to describe it. Once you start talking to that hen, get her to come your way, that tom's going to follow. So just get as close as you can, try to get one of those hens mad at your calling, have that hen bring that tom to you. And another tactic you can do is if you're having trouble with henned up toms, is that it's hard to do in the middle of the day. It's just a hard thing to get done, to call that tom away from those hens. But if you can know where those birds are roosted, so that might take an evening off of hunting just to listen, and if you can pinpoint where that bird is roosted, come back in that next morning, get as close as you can to that tom on the roost. Don't let him see you, but you want to get as close as you feel comfortable getting to that tom on the roost, kind of get inside his bubble. That way as soon as he flies down, you're not trying to call him away from his hens, he thinks you are one of his hens, and you should work your way. So that's probably the best thing to do, in my opinion, if you're having trouble with henned up birds. Get in there in the morning, get inside his bubble. That way as soon as he flies down, you're right there. He already thinks you're one of his hens, you should come right in. But henned up birds are a hard thing to deal with. There's a few tactics you can do, but that early morning, get inside his bubble is probably the best one in my opinion. So for henned up birds, if you're hunting in the mid-afternoon, maybe try fanning, is what they call it. Get that tail fan up, try to get that tom to see that tail fan come in for the fight. If you can't do that, just get as close as you can. Try to get one of those hens mad at you. Call to those hens specifically. Try to get them to bring the tom to you. And the best thing to do, in my opinion, get in early in the morning while he's still roosted. It's still dark out, that means he's getting up early. But if you can get in there, get inside his bubble. That way, as soon as he flies down, you're right there, ready for the shot. That's the best way to get on those henned up toms. Thanks for watching this tip video. Make sure to like and subscribe because it really helps us out a lot. We hope to have some more turkey hunts for you this spring, and we will. We just need to get on the turkeys here on public land. It's been a very, very difficult spring, but we're going to have some more turkey hunts for you coming up pretty soon. We're going to be out later this week, so that should be a fun hunt. So we hope to bring more action to you later on.